Today we're going to use the Giantex 3-in-1 charcoal grill smoker as a grill. Now I have some steaks in the sous vide, so we're just grilling them off. We're not doing the full cook, but if you wanted to, you certainly could. Now what I have here is I have my old charcoal chimney and I got it filled with charcoal. I think there's probably 13 of them in there. That's my lucky number for lighting a charcoal chimney. Now I have a regular lighter, and in that picture you'll see there's a haystack in the middle. Now the one thing is that if you're going to light the haystack like this, you want it to burn slowly. So avoid using the blowtorch for this specific application. I light both ends real nice and easy, so that way it gets going on both sides, but it doesn't get going really fast. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set the charcoal chimney down here, and we're going to wait probably about 5 minutes. While we're waiting, I want to talk to you a little bit about the pile that I put in here. Now, if you look at this picture, you'll see that I basically layered out one whole layer. I started by putting a ring of charcoals around the outside edge, and I didn't pack them very tight. I wanted to make sure that we get good air circulation, so that way we get a good hot fire, because again, we're really just grilling these off. We're not like cooking them all the way through. You can see that we are already starting to smoke, and that is a good thing. I'm going to try to step back away from that just a little bit while I continue to talk to you. If you look there, you'll see that I filled the whole bottom with an even layer across it. And then I deliberately put 4 more extra charcoals in the middle of that pile. Those charcoals were the bed for where we're lighting the charcoal chimney. Now what's going to happen is that those 4 charcoals are going to catch on fire along with the charcoal chimney at the same time. And then when I go to add the charcoals from the charcoal chimney, I will add them around the outside edge of those 4 charcoals rather than directly in the middle. Now, when you go to pour them in, if you're going to dump them, you can dump them just right on top, or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use the tongs to lay them out strategically. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want them spread out evenly. I do also like to add some blocks of wood that are cut a little bit small. So they want to be about the same size as the briquette, or even just a touch smaller, but don't use wood chips because they'll light up almost instantly, unless you want a final sear or something, which is fine. Let's take a look down here and see how we're going. And I know you can't see that, so let's go ahead. And even with the close-up cam, I just can't get in there. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this over. And you can see that picture. And what I want you to notice is you'll see that the outside edges of the charcoal chimney have that orange glow to it. And that means that you're getting a good fire underneath there. Now, a lot of times I would just take the charcoal chimney and put it on my propane grill. But the reason I'm doing it like this is because this is how you're going to do it when you're camping. And that's why I'm showing you this demo. So let's go ahead and take a short break while that finishes lighting, and then I'll let you know how long it's been when we get back. It's been 10 minutes, and I just took this picture right before I turned the camera on here, and you'll see that the charcoal is going really well. It's right on the edge. If you were like wanted to cook a little bit hotter, you might want to wait a little longer, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place these charcoals around, and I'm deliberately kind of spacing them because the ones on the bottom are going better. And what I want to do is I want to sort it out so that way we get some of the ones going better in each different position. See on the close-up cam on some of these, hopefully you'll be able to get this side here that I'm doing now. That spread out just a little bit right there. All right, and just like that. So our charcoals are ready to go and very hot right in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop that picture I just took right before I turned the camera on. I went ahead and grabbed those steaks out of the sous vide, and I got to say that they're just about ready. They probably needed another 10 minutes in the sous vide, but that's okay. We can finish cooking them right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to transfer them, just like you see, straight here onto the grill. Go sideways like this. When you put that on that grill grate, you should hear a light sizzle, which is your indicator that lets you know that it's hot enough. And it's just barely there. We are a little ways away and we could use a little more. Now, something that I like to do is I like to add a little fire and a little smoke to my steaks when I'm grilling them. And the way I do that is I take some smokehouse wood chips, and I prefer the mesquite flavor with beef, but the hickory works fine too. So I'm going to take a scoop of that with my metal spoon, and I'm going to set it right in there towards the back. Spread it out a little bit. And then we'll do another one towards the front. So I'm hoping that you can see that really good. It lights up right away. We'll go ahead and close this. And remember that this handle is hot. I have these gloves on, which will help me a little bit. It's not hot enough that it's gonna, like, you know, melt the gloves, but it is warm. We're going to go ahead and let this go for about 2 minutes. So I'll get maybe about a minute right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this. So I'm just going to go ahead and count to 60. And that's now. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and just shift those. And really, we're just trying to get a little bit of a crosshatch on the grill mark there. Get that just like that. And I don't really want the steaks to go completely across the lines that way on the grill grate. If the grill grates were a little bit smaller, then maybe so. So we'll do another 2 minutes just like this, and that'll be 1 second for you. It's been 2 minutes now, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a standard flip. Now, of course, I can do this. It's not that big of a deal for me. Just like last time, I'm going to go ahead, grab this, open that up, and add a couple more scoops. We'll be back in 1 second for you and 2 more minutes for me. So let's go ahead and grab one of these. We'll go ahead and grab the thinnest one here. Let's grab this smaller one right here. And again, there's a little bit of char on there because I did throw a bunch more wood chips in there and get it going. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. I'm going to do the best I can. You know what? Let's go ahead and just slide this over a little bit. We'll end up a little bit out of the frame. And the close-up camera is offline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this down the middle. And then what I'm going to do, and bring it right up to you, and I'm going to show you just like that. That looks really nice. I would say that I went just past where I was planning to be. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I wanted to get that char on the outside. So by adding those wood chips, that's what I got. It looks like it's just a little past medium rare. Let's go ahead and taste it. So I might have forgot to mention that these are rib steaks and they are really good. I'm going to cut one more piece of that. I'm going to cut it on the side like that. I want you to see this really close. So my whole point of this video was to do the demo of using this as a grill, which is one of the features of it, is that it's multi-use. And it has worked out just fine. I probably would load just a little bit more charcoal on my next run. Also, I think I can easily do a chicken with just the middle section on this rack, just like it is. So I've been really happy with this smoker so far. It is very budget friendly. I think that if you were to spend a small amount of money on this thing, you'd be happy with it too. Remember that you have to control the temperature by your fuel level. So you add the amount of fuel that you want for the temperature that you want. If you want a higher temperature, you're gonna have to add more. And if you're gonna do a longer cook, you're gonna have to add fuel as you go. So that's not really a problem, especially with the little door. And it's very lightweight, so it's easy to transport. You can take it apart and take it camping with you or whatever you want to do. So I'm very happy with that. Now, you will find affiliate links in the description below to all the things that you see me use on a regular basis and in this video. This one, I have the manufacturer's link. So especially if you're friends or family, please use the manufacturer's website. It did ship through Amazon when I purchased it through that manufacturer's website. But also, if you prefer Amazon, there's an Amazon link directly below that. So check that out and see what you think. The price is really affordable. All you have to do is click on it to see that. So thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.